Welcome,
Welcome.
Housewives of True Crime.
Hi.
Hi, hello. Welcome to all of our new listeners. Just to let you know, we do 7 minutes of chit chat, and then after that, we tell a true crime story. So if you don't like us chit chatting, just fast forward. But if you do, what's up, Buttercup?
What's up? I am killing it at the parenting department today. I was
Oh.
talking to Tab. My kid had bad breath. I'd already told her to brush her teeth, but she clearly didn't. I told her you're not going to make any friends with that stank breath. And so then I was feeling really awful all morning because I kicked her out of the car all like
Depressed.
Womp, womp. Yeah.
It's okay. It's a good lesson. It's all right.
And then my son, tell me what you think about this. He started throwing out fudging. Like,
oh, I know. Remember we talked about this a while ago because I don't know which one of the kids was saying frickin'.
yeah, I think
And it's just
frickin'
a
might
little-
be better than fudging because, like, he is a total angel. And he is 11 years old. But he said, I was so fudging sweaty at basketball.
Oh, it's the same as frickin'.
Is it?
It is.
I don't know. It's not like working for me, but I also laugh whenever he says it, so I don't think it's stopping. So that's what I mean by killing it in the parenting department.
Yeah, it's all right.
What's new with you?
Oh, well, I just got new lashes. So Gretchen and I have been Lashify lovers forever, but it's pricey. So then I started using these they're stick on everything now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there is so I used the Silly George today.
Yes.
Which is expensive also.
It is, but still cheaper than Lashify.
Yes. But guess what I found at CVS?
What?
Kiss and Ardell now make them in all kinds of different ways. And they have brown.
Oh, they
for
do.
you.
That's
Yeah.
me because I have light eyes. I'm wearing some lashes from, I took the Silly George ones off. Hope they're never a sponsor of ours. We wouldn't do it because I thought I had fucking pink eye this morning. They were like, my eyes were stuck together. I can't like be having any of that.
Oh, from the Silly George?
From the Silly George.
Oh, I was a little worried today because it was my first time putting them on. I will tell you, the ones that you buy at Target and CVS do not do that. The Silly George comes from, I don't know where.
Australia, which
Okay.
I love an Aussie. But I mean,
Same.
seriously, not working for me. The ones I have on today, Temu.
Temu.
Temu,
Oh,
whatever.
wait, wasn't it Temu on Super Bowl that one year?
Yeah. So I got these plus about 20 more sets for like 99 cents.
I know. Well, there you go.
I mean, whatever's working for you.
Into lashes, as you age, if you are under 40, you probably don't even need lashes. All you need is that serum.
Everybody
Over
needs
40,
lashes. Everybody tells me they don't, and they do.
Well,
I'm always like, let me lash you.
I know.
That's why I bought so many from Temu. I even bought black, and I never wear black just in case somebody will let me lash them.
It does make you look younger as you age because your eye, you guys all know I need that eye surgery. So covers that up, masks it for a little bit. But yeah, so that's that. I'm going to a comedy show tomorrow, an improv.
You are?
Mm-hmm. And it's, you guys, it's so fudging cold.
Yeah.
Up in Texas. It's so, I mean, it's freaking bold chilling. I was talking to you on my way to Trader Joe's, got out of the car. My hands were frozen by the time I got into Trader Joe's. I was like, I can't take it anymore. I can't. So anyways,
So you're moving to California. Thank the Lord. It's about time.
I kind of thought about it actually. Every year, this time,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I can do it.
I had a real nice visit with Tab in the Texas not too long ago, but I had to confess to her today as she was talking about the freezing that, yeah, I definitely concluded it is too freaking too much
Cold.
weather.
The weather is weird.
I don't do well in temperature changes. I
Yeah,
like total snow or like total sun and not a lot in between. Otherwise, I don't go places. I love the Pacific Northwest, but it rains
that's
all the
cold.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but my husband says we can never live there because I'll get really fat because he knows I won't leave the house in the rain.
Yeah,
I
you
won't
won't
do it. I won't.
because it's cold and rainy. That's the
Yeah.
difference. In Texas, it's kind of it gets warm and rainy. Like rainy season is warm, but yeah. So it that is a con for Texas for sure, and that does make me want to move to Southern California.
Real good barbecue though.
Wow, really good barbecue.
Yeah.
I just had barbecue last night.
Yeah.
So other than that, no, I don't have any fun news because I'm also just staying home these days in this freeze.
Okay, well, while you're just staying home, you got to watch the Gabby Petito documentary. Everybody is talking about it.
Yes,
I
I
made the
did do that.
mistake of watching, there's something about on Peacock, just blow that one off. It's stupid. You got to watch the Gabby Petito
Netflix.
story on Netflix. It's called American Murder.
They love that name for everything, by the way.
Well, they did the Chris Watts thing, American Murder
Yeah.
too. We have such an affection for Gabby Petito's parents because we met them at CrimeCon and we followed that story so closely. But I mean, I was like bawling my head off. I mean,
I
it
was
is,
too.
you just love her so much. She was so talented
She was so
and
talented. She was
incredible. And the way her family came together, they're divorced, but they're still all friends. I fudging love that.
I know.
And
I really think, we talked to her mom. She said she would come on the podcast. So I think I want to reach out to her because I would love to talk more about definitely her foundation because I think that's amazing that they started that and that is something, Gabby really kind of shows you that you can be young and abused because you feel like everybody's old and abused, although
yeah,
we have also been young and abused. But somehow there's a pass. Somehow people give people a pass. We've had friends that were very abused and we saw it with our very own eyes. And we didn't give it a pass, but we didn't also like do what we should have done.
yeah, definitely have to go with her gut. But I love their foundation is putting the spotlight on, like unseen missing
Yeah,
cases
me
because and
too.
when I talked with the dad, that's what he told me is that, everybody deserves the attention that Gabby got.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
so, and it's true. So,
I would
it's
love to
so
talk
good.
more about that. But then also, just they have kind of a life lesson themselves that they came together. They have these children, or they had one child together, very young. They co-parented well. They came together in a time of crisis. They've done it super well. Like that, they're just great people.
Yeah. The
People to
part
learn
that
from.
is still, there's a 2020 special coming out, I think this Friday.
Okay.
So it probably is out by the time you're watching this now. So you can watch it on like Hulu. That's where I watched 2020.
Okay.
But I'm really hoping that the one thing I thought this Netflix thing was missing out on, what's up with the laundries? I'm not with
Dude.
them at all.
Well, I thought that they did pretty good with what they
Not
said,
getting sued? Yeah. I think they
but
did pretty good.
I mean, the laundries, I cannot believe there has not been any charges. They
No,
knew.
I mean the extreme. We're gonna have to continue this conversation on
All right.
Patreon because we're
Okay,
gonna
let's
like go on all
okay.
day. But
Also, yes, continuing on Patreon, listen to us this Thursday, patreon.com/housewives of true crime. Or you can get us on Apple on the Clink Clink Club. If you listen on Apple, just go right there. It just says it. And then also on Spotify, it is Housewives of True Crime bonus. You can also just easily subscribe. The Spotify one is through Patreon. The Apple has their very own. So you just click subscribe and wham bam, thank you, ma'am. You can get our Patreon. And this is the last week to take advantage of the $50 we are giving you. If you sign up for our Patreon, we will give you $50 to our 5 crimes, which is all of our beauty products. Everything is organic and clean and very good for your skin, cruelty free, made right here in Los Angeles, California. So it's the best stuff, you guys.
It's all
I
the good
promise
stuff.
you.
Yeah.
It's
And you heard us just go on a rant about lashes. So we're all about the anti-aging.
yes, we are.
Okay. Planet friendly. That's
Yes.
our whole jam. So how cool is it that we have our own line?
And
If we are using it, it's legit.
it is legit. So and you get it for free when you sign up for Patreon.
Yeah. So
So
just do it.
just do it. Okay, do you have a case?
I do.
Okay, let's go.
Today's case, Tabitha, takes place in beautiful Santa Rosa, California.
We had a friend that dated a guy from Santa Rosa, remember?
He was a gem.
Asa.
You're going to say his name, but yeah, he was. Asa, you're a gem. But that's all we have to say. And so is our friend. She's a gem too.
She is. Too bad they didn't gem together and become a diamond.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. But everyone's living their best lives. Okay. So Santa Rosa, it's a nice area. Population around 175,000. It's in Sonoma County, which is, a lot of wine country. So it's got that like downtown with an abundance of cheese stores, olive oil tastings,
Yeah, I know.
Houses don't come cheap. A 1,200 square foot 2-bedroom will run you around $600,000, which is actually still a lot cheaper than a lot of nearby Bay Area towns. But I think it's probably a fine place to reside.
Okay.
Shirley and Ron Nelson did not mind it at all and enjoyed the fine living Santa Rosa had to offer for more than 25 years together.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Together.
We're
almost there, actually.
I know.
It seems so long, but then
it
I'm
does
like,
seem so long. Mm-hmm. I was about to interject. What is your feeling on anniversary parties? I don't like a lot of attention on myself, but I do feel like when I hit 20, it's like you should be worth celebrating.
I mean, 20 years together is really worth celebrating, I think.
Yeah. We'll think about it. Okay. I also just like a party. So, anywho, Shirley and Ron had met back in 1966, the old-fashioned way, Tab.
At a bar?
Pre-swipe. At a bar, exactly. Ron was just 24 years old, and Shirley was 36. Now, the reality of this 12-year age gap is either you better start making babies soon or have some eggs on ice if the lady is 36.
Yeah.
Or forget about it, child free. In this case, Shirley and Ron, baby making was a non-issue. Ron was fine with not having kids, and Shirley already knew she was not able to have them. So she'd kind of come to terms with that because she'd already tried. Shirley had been married twice previously, and the first marriage was annulled because of her reproductive challenged status was apparently a deal breaker for her first husband. So cold, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second marriage came with stepchildren. So that was a lifetime bonus for Shirley because she maintained relationships with them even after the marriage ended. After that marriage ended, after 12 years, Shirley has been described as not having a clear direction because she didn't have any particular career aspirations. She was pretty conventional, it sounds like, in regards to being a housewife. Okay. To me, she sounds like someone that loves love. And, that can be blinding because lovers of love tend to put their eggs in one basket, so to speak.
And they forget the red flags, they just like kind of gloss over them.
Yeah, they just don't think, like it could happen sometimes, right? But shit does happen, like a marriage fail. And then they're like extra shook because they've overlooked the value of having their own independence. Mm-hmm. No shame in the housewife game. It's great, but I personally recommend you get yourself a little side hustle because it comes in handy. if unfortunately you do find yourself in a marriage fail, but also because having your own thing gives you a sense of accomplishment, confidence. It's hot, right?
Right.
Okay. But Shirley, lover of love at 36, was now kind of set in her ways as far as she moved on from one relationship to the next. And in each one, she got herself all wrapped up in it. And so this, of course, was the case when Shirley and Ron got booed up at a bar in 1966 and married in 1967. So
She
Shirley,
doesn't take long, man.
no, she doesn't. One after the
one
next.
after the
Yeah.
other.
So Shirley and Ron started a child-free life together, and it was working for them. The thing about them was Ron looked older. He was one of those early to the real receding hairline party people,
Mm-hmm.
and Shirley looked younger. She kept it tight. So big pro for not birthing children also, I think. It's easier.
Hello. Yeah.
Totally.
No stretch
Okay.
marks, stomach's flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing Shirley didn't have going is Botox at that point. So
I think she wore sunscreen every day.
She did. She did something.
She did something, right? Yeah. Ron and Shirley were very active. And a short time after they married, they were active and affluent on account of Ron's fancy job. Ron was a CPA, and his new gig was as Charles Schultz business manager, which is how him and Shirley ended up living in Santa Rosa, California. Now, if you didn't know, Charles Schultz is basically the most famous comic creator. He is the creator of the Peanuts strip, Snoopy, Charlie Brown. They're kind of popular. So Charles Schultz was a real big deal in Santa Rosa, where the headquarters to all thing Peanuts and Snoopy are. Charles Schultz passed away in 2000, but he's still a big deal in Santa Rosa. I did a little looking into Chuck Schultz, and there's a museum there dedicated to him that actually looks pretty cool. His wife, Jean, is on the board, and she's worth, according to my interweb search, over $1 billion.
Oh, okay.
And she's a huge philanthropist.
Nice.
And so she's giving it away all the time, too, sharing the wealth.
I like it.
I love it. So, you know how people be. Everybody wants to be pals with Charles Schultz at the country club and shit, because people be attaching themselves to celebrity and extreme wealth. And so basically being Chuck's business manager upped Ron's cool points and Shirley's by association. I think it's especially like that in a town like Santa Rosa, where there's not really like another celebrity that lives there. Outside of work, Ron and Shirley were social with Charles and his second wife, Jean. I'm sure they met the first wife, because Ron and Shirley, moved there to work there before they got separated. But Charles' first marriage was a marriage fail. It ended in 1972, but he remarried to Jean in 1973. And so that is who Ron and Shirley spent years socializing with until 1966, that is. So, side note, Chuck's first marriage, Charles Schultz, I'm going to be calling him Chucky, ended because he was caught by his wife of 20 years being a pumpkin eater with a 25-year-old woman named Tracy Claudius. I'm probably saying her last name wrong. At the time that the affair was going down, it played out in the Sunday Funnies. Remember?
Yes, I do.
Newspapers?
Wait, did he put it in the comic strip?
Snoopy got caught on the phone with a bitch. And bitch is appropriate because I'm talking about, Snoopy the dog and a female dog. Yeah. Anywho, that's how Charles got got caught. He got caught on the phone, according to the biography. I went down a whole rabbit hole. Okay.
You for sure did.
Crazy, right? Okay. So, anywho, Chucky would send Miss Tracy love notes, and he would draw like peanut characters on them, like Charlie Brown holding flowers, and say, "I miss you," in like the caption.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, in 2012, those letters went to auction by Sotheby's for $250,000.
Oh my God. Somebody's got a real crush on him. I
Yeah.
mean, what are you going to do with that?
I know, right? I didn't like read them all, but I'm telling you, there's this biography about Schultz that details how bad Chucky had it for young Tracy, but she wouldn't commit to him. And I get it. Charlie Brown cards are not hot. Like, they're good for like third grade Valentines and such.
Yeah.
But yeah, no drawings. Thank you. Okay. But when Charles Schultz's marriage-ending affair didn't go the distance, he did not dwell on the heartbreak too long because he met Jean a hot minute later, and that's who he remained married to until his last breath. Okay, so back to Shirley and Ron. They are hot shit in Santa Rosa, living the dream. They had a home on the golf course. They golf together all the time. They all play bridge and shit, and they travel together all the time. It all seems pretty ideal. But according to some people close to Shirley and Ron Nelson, there was a shift in their easygoing marriage dynamic after 25 years of togetherness in 1991 when Shirley suffered a stroke.
Oh.
Shirley recovered well and wasn't left with any debilitating side effects or anything, but Ron was all of a sudden not cool with Shirley being 12 years his senior. It just changed the way he saw her, and it took a toll on their relationship.
Mm-hmm. He saw her now as like old.
Yeah.
Instead of mature and hot.
You think that's what happened between Demi and Ashton?
Yes. I don't think she had a stroke, but
she's still so hot, though. He's tripping.
Oh my gosh. Did you see that new movie that she's in?
No.
You got to watch it. She got like a Golden Globe for it. Okay. So I can't remember the name of it, you guys, right now. Let me look it up. Okay. It's called The Substance. You have not seen it.
No.
Okay. You have to watch it. She spends the entire movie butt-ass naked.
Oh, remember when she was in Striptease?
Yeah, but now she's like 60.
I know, crazy. Yeah.
She's still naked and she is beautiful.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
goals.
And I just and by the way, she plays a part with a younger, hotter girl that's, I don't know, 30, and they both spend the entire movie naked, and I just think like she has she just has so much guts to do that, and she produced, I think, the movie too, so you should watch it. It's really bizarre. Do not watch it with your kids, and just know it's
okay.
weird. It's weird, but
okay.
She's getting a lot of praise for that. Okay, so anyways,
okay.
Now
okay,
I think he sees her as old. She had a stroke.
She had a stroke, so
like old tag on.
Yeah,
it
was a bit of a blow to Shirley's ego,
for sure,
and Ron's new attitude towards her being like elderly did not help. So she went on a mission to get snatched. Okay, hired a personal trainer, but she worked really hard to get her groove back, but it didn't stop Ron from
going elsewhere,
eating pumpkin. Yeah. Okay. Ron started an affair with a younger secretary. We're talking about 1991. They still called them secretaries then. Okay. At the office, aka Snoopy headquarters, named Eileen Christensen. Now, this was a problem for boss Chucky Schultz.
Yeah, because can't be like banging the secretary. Sorry.
Okay, well, he had a problem with these two employees banging. It sounds like Mr. Schultz had actually learned his lesson back in the day when he was messing with Tracy and Snoopy had a side bitch, right? So he told his employees, Ron and Eileen, to end it when he learned about the affair and threatened them both with termination if they did not. I think snaps to Chucky are in order. I mean, some might call it hypocritical, but
Well, was Tracy an employee?
Yes, she told the fucking secretary. Fudging secretary.
No, for also.
Oh,
for
no.
Chucky.
Oh, no. Tracy. Yeah, no. Eileen's the secretary.
Different.
Different.
Interpersonal relationships at work are probably not
a good
ideal.
idea. Although that's how both of us met our husbands.
Yeah, it's true. But I did not have an interpersonal relationship at work. I waited till after I quit the job. You, on the other hand, did.
Started banging him below deck on the boat. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So I appreciate the way Charles, handled learning of the affair. Now, Shirley learning about the affair, a different story. Shirley did not take it very well. She was a wreck, according to friends, ball of tears, blindsided, at a total loss. In the midst of her anger and pain, she still, though, did not concede another marriage fail. So she pleaded her case to Ron that he needed to end the affair and not throw away the decades they had spent together. She was a little desperate at that point because her friends say she even talked about just going and paying off the side chick to get her to scram, right? Like, you gotta have some dignity, okay? Shirley was clearly not thinking clearly because she also thought in the middle of her marriage crisis, it was a good time to go out and splurge on her first shiny new gun.
Oh, I thought you were going to say car.
I know. No, that would have been a good choice. Yeah.
Although some people do crazy things with cars.
Oh, that's true. Oh. Yeah. But a new car would have been good. Take yourself down to the spa in it. Calm down, collect your thoughts. Right?
Yes.
Because, thinking about guns when you're in a certain state of mind, it's not good.
No.
Okay, now this is a great example of why the holding period for firearms is useful. Because Shirley would not get her hands on the gun she had purchased for a couple weeks. In those weeks, Ron did that thing that true assholes are masters of, which is he led her ass on. He had her believing that just maybe they could work things out. So he still banged Shirley while he's banging Eileen. But that did not last long. Because in this period of time where Shirley knew about the affair, but still thought the marriage was salvageable, so they're still banging, they got into an epic fight in public. It's so cringe. Ron and Shirley were out playing a couple of holes at the end of the day, which was a regular thing that they did together when the fight occurred. But then, unfortunately, the fight didn't happen like on hole 8, where you can, get loud.
No one's seeing you.
Yeah, no, it happened back at the country club where there were witnesses.
It's probably because they had some drinks from the beer cart girl.
Yeah.
On the course.
A previous job that both Tab and I have worked.
Yeah. That was a fun job.
It was a fun job. Okay. So they get in this big fight. FYI, ripped jeans and loud marital disputes, highly frowned upon at the country club.
Right.
Would you agree? Okay. And this was a doozy. The humiliation Ron brought down on Shirley was awful. He told her that the marriage was over because she was old. And he wanted to be with someone who could have children.
Stop it right frickin' now.
And he had her all lined up. It's so low, Ron. Okay.
Ron.
And also, Ron is in his 50s. So it's like, come
what
on.
Are you talking about,
Get
Ron?
a puppy. Okay. Who do you think you are? Al Pacino? Like, come on. Okay. As you can imagine, those harsh words were a breaking point for Shirley. And so, unfortunately, the holding period was up now on that gun splurge, and Shirley had it in her possession now. She had found the time to take some classes at the range to learn how to use it while it had been held. So Miss Shirley methodically made a plan for, in her own words, to make Ron go to hell and take her with him. She penned a bunch of letters to friends and family, and Charles Schultz was included in that group, of course. And she said her final goodbyes and, that told them all about how Ron had ruined her damn life. She left them out on a table along with some pictures of her and Ron to later be found by the police. She rented a car to be inconspicuous, I guess, and rolled up to Snoopy headquarters.
Oh, gosh.
She wore big glasses. She's not fooling anybody, though. They knew it was Shirley. She beelined to Ron's office and shot him twice in the back, fired 2 more shots that missed him, and then shot herself in the chest.
Wait, Shirley shot herself?
Yeah, she did.
She didn't take out
Eileen? I know. I think Eileen literally dodged a bullet because Shirley both ran out of bullets and shot herself in the chest before she could find her. So, of course, 911 is called, and Shirley and Ron are both rushed to the hospital, both in very critical condition. And police went with Shirley in the ambulance and asked her, ma'am, did you see the shooter? Who did this? And when 60-something sweet-looking little Miss Shirley said, hello, I did the shooting.
Oh, my God. They're like, what?
Yeah, they were taken aback, okay? Believe it or not, a bullet to the chest did not stop Shirley from being chatty. She chatted it up all the way to the hospital. And that's when Shirley apparently told them that she shot Ron so he would be stuck in hell with her. And she had some choice words about her disdain for Eileen. And she kept asking them if that son of a bitch Ron was dead. Well, he wasn't, Tab. He survived. And so did Shirley.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's pretty miraculous.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. Both faced...
Her lessons didn't go so well at the range.
No, they did not. She a lot of misses. Yeah. So both Shirley and Ron faced a couple of weeks of hard recovery in the hospital, but they both lived. Shirley was arrested and charged while she was still recovering. She had the whole handcuffed to the bed situation thing going on at the hospital. Police talked to Chucky Schultz the day of the shooting. He was on the other side of the building and did not even hear the shots. But of course, he gave them the scoop on what had likely provoked Shirley to get so shooty. It was a big news story back in 1996 when this went down because of where, it happened, of course. And, it's a very salacious story. Mm-hmm. When Shirley was stable enough to leave the hospital, she was sent to a mental health facility and then later moved to jail. But she did not stay in the clink long because someone came to her rescue and posted her bail, which was not a small amount. It was $2 million.
Woo.
Guess who?
Chucky.
Yep. Yeah, $2 million is like chump change to Chuck. He threw it down. No problem, because he was Team Shirley.
Well, yeah, he told him not to have an affair in the office.
It's true. And remember, they're social outside. I appreciate his loyalty. And I'll bet you that wife, Jean, was like, you stand by her. Don't you even think. Yeah, right? I mean, I'm not condoning Shirley's actions, but am I wrong for liking that, Chuck was Team Shirley?
No, you're not wrong. I mean, we should not shoot anybody or try to kill them. Don't be
shooting. It's not wise. But
we can all see where she
But if I was in Chuck's position, I'd be Team Shirley too.
Yeah.
Okay. So Shirley got herself set up in an apartment while she awaited trial. Chuck promptly fired Ron's ass and Eileen resigned.
Oh. Okay.
Probably a good call. Shirley pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity, and the trial got underway the following year. You know, in a case like this, I think it could have gone either way for Shirley. On the one hand, people be liking to see privileged rich ladies go down, like Betty Broderick,
Mhm.
right? But if they don't see the woman as like a Karen, I think there's always a chance they might sympathize with her because everybody knows it sucks to be cheated on.
Yeah.
Well, which way do you think it went?
I don't think it went in her favor.
Well, it was hung.
Oh.
9 of the 12 jurors sympathized with Shirley. Shirley does have very kind eyes, and she does not really give off Karen vibes. So I think that's why she had the mistrial. Yeah.
Right.
So after the hung jury was declared, it was up to the prosecutors as to whether or not retry Shirley. And they settled on a plea deal. Before the sentencing agreement was reached, Charles Schultz interjected himself in the case again by writing the judge a letter asking him for probation for Shirley in lieu of jail time. And guess who else did the same thing?
Her husband.
Yeah, freaking Ron. Fudgin' Ron. Can you believe that?
I can believe it because he probably felt like an asshole, which he is.
He is. I wonder if that Eileen knew about the letter. She probably wasn't pleased about it.
Probably not.
I can't imagine. Okay. Well, so Shirley pled guilty to attempted murder in exchange for 1 year in jail, 3 years probation, and 3,000 hours of community service. Not a bad deal, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up serving only 6 months in jail and then began her community service at the Santa Rosa Food Bank. The woman who is Shirley's step grandchild from her second marriage, remember I told you she maintained relationships with them, gave an interview and said that she thought that the women in jail with Shirley during her 6-month stay really helped her. They helped her see that it was not too late for her to rebuild her life.
Yeah.
And it really was true. After all, Shirley's life was not over. She had, minimal time to serve. Even a year is not bad, right?
Dude, girlfriend got off real easy.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
saying. I mean, like, this
And,
is.
these women in jail have had a real hard life. And they're like,
Yeah.
girl, you're doing like no time and you have money, right?
Yeah, and you almost murdered your husband. You could have been in here for life. You're getting 6
Holler.
months to a
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Thank your
she better
lucky
be.
stars.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, she's better be thinking more than stars.
Hello. Okay, so she and Ron, of course, divorced. Shirley got the house.
Mhm.
And you know what? She did not mind all those hours at the food bank. She kept on volunteering there after they were all completed. She had a purpose. So she started living for herself. She told friends that she was really glad Ron didn't die and that she was so sorry for what happened. And she was able to mentally handle the fact that Ron had moved on with Eileen.
Oh, he did.
Mm-hmm. Those two got married. And
Did
from
they
when
have kids?
okay. Yeah, I think they had one. I think he passed away.
Oh,
I could be wrong about that, so please don't hold me to it. I'm just a
Yeah.
web sleuth like the rest of us. But from what I can gather, they're still married. Congrats.
well,
Sure.
I mean, unless he's dead.
No, he's not dead.
I thought you said he passed away.
No, the child.
Oh gosh. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So Shirley died at the age of 78 in 2008 from colon cancer.
I get you, man.
Rest in peace, Shirley.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And the Eileen and what's his face's name?
Ron.
Ron. All I think when you say Ron is L. Ron Hubbard. It's like,
Yeah. Or
all I
Ron
think.
Jeremy.
No,
All the
oh my
good Ronald
God,
McDonald.
Ron Jeremy. No, I do not think of Ron Jeremy. I try not to think of him ever. I saw him once in person, just as non-handsome as he is on the television. So yeah, let's try not to think.
I feel like he's done a lot of criminal activity. I should maybe do like a bonus crime about him.
Sure, do it.
I feel like there's something there, like fraud or something.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I would love to know more about it.
Maybe I'll put it in my notes.
Okay. All right. Well, that one was a good one, Gretch.
Right?
I kind of enjoy that they both survived.
I know. I liked seeing the look on your face when you're like, that bitch is being so just cold about this woman, is about to shoot this man. And, but no, I could be a little lighter because I knew they lived.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And yes, Eileen should be also thanking her lucky stars because maybe she would have been a better shot if Eileen must have not been at the desk.
She wasn't at the front desk.
She wasn't. She was in the bathroom or something.
Mm-hmm. She's lucky.
She's lucky, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to see anybody get shot. It's terrible.
It is terrible.
But it is a nice story that it's never too late.
And it is also like, maybe it's good that California has some extra gun laws to not just give them away because, not that it really worked in that scenario, but I do think
also the moral of the story is don't cheat.
Don't cheat.
Don't cheat. And if you're feeling like cheating, end the marriage. End the marriage. Then,
Then cheat.
Yeah, or your wife might get shooty.
Or your husband. We've seen it too.
Both ways. Chance of me doing it because I take my hormone harmony every day. I'm firing on all circuits.
Yeah.
But you never know.
I know. You never know when you're going to snap.
Yeah.
Especially at our age, right? It's like shit gets real.
Perimenopause will cut a bitch.
I went to the doctor's today. I was telling Gretchen because I have this itchy scalp and I was like, I think I have lice. And the lady,
oh my God, you guys, talking about lice, I'm like, I'm scratching my head off.
Gretchen's like, oh my God, I'm scratching. I was like, there's something going on. Like, I must have lice. She's like, you don't have lice and you have this itchy scalp. And I'm like, I've never had that in my life. Why now? She goes, all she says is perimenopause. Like,
oh
that,
God,
dude.
That bitch. Like,
Perry, whatever you have after 40, just that's what they're gonna say.
Yeah.
It just is, and I don't know. I think it's so ridiculous, and my mom never told me about it, so we are here to tell you all about it. And if you're older than us and you've already gone through it, please email us or message us what we could do to fix this problem that we're having. Besides hormone harmony, which is helping.
It is.
It is helping. Okay. Anything else that you have? You guys, if you have not checked us out on our crime cruise, if you want to go to that, we're going to be there. Please go to www.crimewaveatsea.com/housewives and find out about that. That's in November. We are going to be in the UK. So for all of our overseas listeners that want to come see us, we're going to be at CrimeCon UK.
Hollyhook, you better come.
You better. That is on June 7th and 8th. And our code to get 10% off is Housewives. And then we have that same code for CrimeCon in the United States of America in Denver, Colorado, and that is September 7th, around that weekend. So that code is also Housewives to get 10% off. So seriously, where you want to see us, when you want to see us, it's either June, September, or November. we'll be there.
Yeah.
Come see us. Okay, anything else you got today?
No.
That's it. All right. Clink, clink.
Clink, clink.